Alright, so we are at the Oregon bushcraft meet again. This is another one. This time we are off on the Coast Range. Very different environment from the last one. As you can kind of see around me as I hike up this trail, it's very much a rainforest. It's been raining the whole time we've been here. So I thought we'd go up, maybe find a patch of woods, and we'd just try to see if we can build a fire with natural materials. It'll be very difficult to find some dry tinder in this environment, and it's an environment that I'm not horribly familiar with working with, so we'll just see how we do. Okay, so I've been hiking along kind of looking for something I can use to help me get a fire started, and the first thing that I have managed to find here is I took my tomahawk and cut into the stump and found some fatwood. Now this fatwood's damp, but it really reeks of turpentine, so I'm going to go ahead and gather up some of this, or a lot of this actually. I'm going to gather up as much as I can to help me hopefully get this fire started. Alright, so I got everything here ready to go. I've got some really fine shavings that I'll use to throw my spark into. Then I've got a little bit of bigger shavings that will help build some heat. And then I'll put on these sticks over the top, and since these have so much resin in them and everything, they should help keep the fire going, to be able to create enough heat to burn off the moisture that's on the outside of these sticks. These sticks snap very easily, so they are fairly dry. They're not saturated, but they do have a lot of outside moisture. So by using these smaller fatwood shavings, I should hopefully build enough heat to be able to dry these sticks off and get them to start to burn. Now I don't have a lot of stuff here because it's not my intention to build a fire that I plan on staying at. I just want to make sure that I can get ignition, get enough flame, and enough to get this small pile of sticks to start to burn, and then I'll be satisfied. So let's see what we can do. Almost had it there. Okay, so we're starting to get some flame. Start putting some of these other fatwood pieces on. That will build some heat. The important thing is we got to get some heat built up, enough to where we can get these other sticks to start to light. So we'll let this kind of go for just a little bit, let it get burning. That resin in there should really get this thing burning, and burning pretty hot. And then we'll just bring on our sticks here. Make sure that there's plenty of airflow so that we don't smother our fire. Hopefully you guys are seeing this okay. Just gonna turn the camera a little bit here. So at this point, these sticks haven't started to catch yet, but we're still getting lots of burn down there with the fatwood. So hopefully, like I said, it will burn hot enough and long enough to where it can kind of burn off some of that residual water that's on these sticks and get us get it going. Now what I might do here too is just go ahead and shave off a few more shavings here. And just put them on and just kind of feed them in just to make sure that we can keep things going. And we'll just kind of keep feeding these on. But it looks like we're starting to get somewhere now. It looks like the sticks are starting to catch. So this is so getting a fire going in a rainforest like this. Like I said, we are just a few miles off the Oregon coast. It's very wet here. It's been raining here pretty much non-stop for days. Everything is very saturated, and even that fatwood was damp. I mean, you could tell that there was moisture to it, but because it had so much resin in it, it gave me something that I could use even in this extremely saturated environment, that I could use to get a fire going, and that really wasn't that bad or that difficult to do. I hope maybe that this helps somebody, that if they find themselves, if they have fatwood, I realize not everybody has this resource. It's just like, for me, you know, I see a lot of people start fires with birch bark. I don't have birch bark. That's not an option for me, but what I do have is fatwood. So what I suggest to people is, you know, spend some time in your environment, learn what works really well for you and will work really well for you even in adverse conditions. So in this case, I'm happy enough with this. I feel like if I was really serious about wanting to get this fire going, I've got it going to a point, but like I said, I'm not going to be using this fire, so we'll just kick her out while she's still pretty easy to kick out. And we'll see you guys again outside.